Hey guys, Tarke here, just giving me a little update of what I've been up to. Before I do that though, I'm going to Varl a bunch of jewels. I've been thinking about playing Freeze Pulse at some point, and we got some sick returns. So what have I been up to? I did a lot of messing around on my Impale character. I do feel like I've hit a bit of a brick wall with that though, so I've just been farming currency. And I've had quite a lot of success just doing low tier maps, and I'm going to show you why. My currency is nothing too fancy, but considering I had like 1 exalt like 2 days ago or something, we're now at 10 raw, like 100 C. I've been lending out exalts, and then I have a whole bunch of currency in dump tabs I haven't sorted through yet. So the doing low tier maps is nothing that fancy. A lot of people have been doing all league. The main 2 that I particularly enjoy doing are Glacier and Strand, and I'll run some now just so you can see why I like them. So the person who put me onto doing Strand was Tien. He had been doing a lot of that this league, and then I tried out a bunch of other maps, and Glacier is really cool. Grimro's also been doing a bit of Glacier. The main thing which is nice about Glacier is you only get, well, not only, it's something like 1 in 30 glaciers you get the Monolith in the second room, but for the most part you only get it in this first area, which is super open. And the reason why I'm back on my Lightning Trapper and I haven't been farming on my Reign of Arrows character is this is the best build I've played all league for Monolith. So while I'm trying to work out like what I'm going to do on that build, farming currency and everything, this is just really, really smooth. So you just throw a bunch of traps out in a circle. I've also added a Varl Fireball to the build, just because it helps clear out these low tier maps really easily. And I just throw it out in a circle. And it just kind of plays itself, and it's really nice. And also Glacier's quite a nice layout, which I quite enjoy. So you then clear it all out, and you have a couple of options. You can just reset again. I run the full map because it's a really short map and it's pretty clean. Also, I don't know if it's just me being dumb because I've been playing all day, but I feel like they've reintroduced the clicking bug. I've noticed that I'm struggling to click on things a lot, but it might just be that I've been doing this like 12 hours. But anyway. So you just run through, farm the monoliths, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. And it's really easy to sustain. So because it's only white maps and these are just Alk and Go, you can put Sextants into it, you can Varl and everything. I'm just going Alk and Go, and you'll always sustain. So what I've got is I have Glacier as my only tier 2. You ideally have your Shape Orb unlocked, and then you remove every tier 3 except for the 2 adjacent. You shape one of them into a tier 7, and you Elder the other. I haven't actually unlocked my Elder Orb yet this league because I've been too busy just messing around with different builds and farming Monolith. So I actually kept a Leyline on my Atlas. But even with it not set up correctly, I'm still sustaining these tier 2 fine. And then I have only 1 tier 4 on my Atlas, and that is Strand, and then I've removed all 5s and shaped up the adjacent. So if any tier 4 drops, it has to be Strand. If any tier 3 drops, it has to be Leyline. Leyline is okay for this build because it's super open. And what I do with Leylines is when I literally have my map tab for Leylines completely full, which has happened like twice now, I just run them, hit the Monolith, leave. And it's a very super open layout, really clean, and it just kind of works. It's just easy money. So while I've been like trying to and ah about like, I don't know how I'm gonna get more oomph out of my Impale character, I know the way to get more oomph out of my Impale character is to play Tornado Shot. We only have 1 Tornado Shot Helm enchant in my league, and the guy wants 10 exalts for it. So I farmed out 10 raw exalts, so I could buy it if I want to, but I'm not sure if I want to swap over for that. The thing is, like, Reign of Arrows feels really inconsistent. It either one-shots everything, or it's like the spread works against you and it feels like it just tickles enemies. Now this was also, I was playing when the accuracy bug was going on, and that's been fixed now. So maybe it's completely sorted, I'm not entirely sure, but anyway. For anyone who's a bit like unsure about what to do this league, or you're just kind of like working out what it is that you're doing, or you're just like trying to get currency, or you need to get currency, just fucking Alk and Go white maps, do monoliths, easy as. Set up a couple of dump tabs as well. The other thing which is really nice about it is it's very good for like power leveling Jun on getting all your XP. You get a lot of generals. because you're just doing stuff so quickly, and you don't need to worry about putting all the frags, buying all the sextants, and rolling it like you would a tier 16, and it has such little investment involved. It's very easy money, and it's very just quick, efficient, go, 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 go gameplay, which I personally really enjoy, because it's really fun doing the high tier maps and rolling it all and studying through everything, but just alking and going just feels pretty good as well. Now, for the people who played my Lightning Trapper or still playing my Lightning Trapper and want to check it out, I have actually changed one thing about the build. So originally I was recommending people to go acro phase acro, but then I was looking at Dan's profile, and he was doing shenanigans with one of the new timeless jewels, which I'll show you in a second, which doubles your block chance. Here it is. Glancing blows. So your block is doubled, but you take 50% of damage from blocked hits. So you're like, but why would you want this? It's very easy, with very minimal investment, to have 56-20 without anything up, with flasks, 75-44. So it's, with nothing up, it's kind of better than acro phase acro, and all the points I spend down here, I've managed to spend on these cool block nodes up here and over here, which give me more damage. I've got some hybrid stuff going on now, so I've now got like 5k life, 1.2k ES. I could have much higher life, but I just haven't bothered. And I'm missing a bunch of life nodes, actually. I'm missing 4 life nodes there, but yeah. And then you roll a shield with the recover % life when you block. So all the small little hits, of which there's quite a lot of just small little hits in Legion. It's lots of like rapid firing abilities, I find, and lots of like overlaps. By reducing everything in half, you get one shot far less often. So with the way that acro works, it's kind of like, oh, you don't take any damage, but then you just get one shot. Whereas with this, if I block it and I'm taking 50% of the damage, it would have to hit me, I've got like 6k life, it'd have to hit for over 12k in one hit, which is very rare. And if it's a series of small hits, then they all get like reduced down, and I like heal up through it. And then I've got really high regen, and I sustain a bunch of life and ES from the Tinker Skin when the traps trigger. So I just find it much, much tankier, so I would definitely recommend that for anyone still playing this build, or anyone who is like, I really like this build, but I don't know how I'd make it tankier. Highly recommend going down the whole lock route. Very, very strong. But yeah, I don't know, that's kind of what I've been up to. Now, I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I'm currently just farming for the sake of farming, and I haven't really decided what I'm going to do with all the currency. So I'm one of those people, if I'm kind of like, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with my Impale character. Normally what I would do at that point is I'd spend like 5 years staring at half the building and like moving dials and fluffing about. But I decided to just say, fuck it, let's just play the game and I'll work it out while I'm playing. So I haven't quit that character, I haven't like stopped playing it or anything. I'm working it out. I'm just making currency while I work it out. But Legion is good. Legion is very good. Would recommend builds which are good at doing Legion. Would recommend shoving in a random Val Ice Nova or Val Fireball into any caster builds. I tried out just maxed out Val Ice Nova. This build has a 0 AoE scaling, so I just couldn't get it to feel that impactful. So I'm currently just running a 4-link of Val Fireball, Controlled Destruction, Ellie Focus, and Fork. Feels great. Accidentally weapon swapped. Turn my auras back on. And for anyone who's like, oh, this build seems kind of interesting, you haven't seen it yet, I actually have a full playlist on my YouTube channel. Going over like trees for it and whatever. Octavian also league starts on this build. And he's now currently playing a Facebreaker Cycling build, which is pretty cool, and would definitely recommend you look into. Just do a little bit of roundup while we do this last boss. Would also like to remind you we will be doing a Bay class next week, which will be Saturday coming. I guess I could quickly show you a ley line just to show you how I run the ley line. Ideally, you have your Elder Orb unlocked, and then you don't have the random awkward tier 3 floating around. I'll just show you literally what I do. And I've been running them just white. Like, I haven't even bothered alking them, because I don't even want to waste the alks on it. Where is it? You just run straight up the middle, and the Monolith is usually floating around the middle. If the Monolith is near the back, near the boss, I've also been doing the boss, but a lot of times I'm just like, Monolith and leave. And, yeah, white map's just really good. Now, on the note of the whole is this broken? What do you think about it? Doing low tier content? I thought you hate this stuff. I much prefer this to quarry farming. I've always kind of enjoyed minus content in a way, and Chris spoke about this on the last Bay class and stuff, about how he kind of enjoys the fact that that is there if you want that. This I much prefer than the whole quarry farming setup, because you can do this wrong. Like, if you're not paying attention and you're not doing the right kind of layouts and you're just kind of like half-arsing it or watching telly and you're not looking at the screen, you can be missing the generals and you can be missing the high-value chests. Even if you're on a super zoom tornado shot character with insane screen coverage, if you're really not paying attention, you'll still miss some of it. So I don't mind it too much for this. But yeah, I literally click it, leave, that's that. And yeah, I'll do a quick recap of the currency. Quick recap of the currency that I've gotten, just so we can kind of see what we got in the last like little session. And also, people ask you why I use dump tabs. It's just more efficient, because you just get into the swing of things. Then when you have downtime, or you're then like recording a video, like now for example, you then run through and you then sort through all the currency. And emblems. I've done a couple more emblems. I've gotten 3 jewels personally now. I've done every single encounter. I've done a 4-way. I've done a whole bunch of 3-ways. I haven't been doing 5-way encounters, just because I don't think it's efficient unless you've got a very powerful build, with like a full headhunter setup. I think the average person should just be doing like 3-ways and stuff. Let's just dump all this currency in here. It's good, man. It's also really satisfying when you get into the whole, and now we just drop all the currency everywhere. Feels really nice. Whole bunch of essences. I've padded this video out a little too long by doing this. I'm not saying that I was like, better hit that 10-minute mark, but you know, I might have been thinking, better hit that 10-minute mark, Tarke. Let's do some inventory management. I'm sure people on YouTube will love watching you do inventory management. And it's going to come across really subtle and no one's going to notice that you're doing like that, so it's very important you draw attention to it. Feels good. And just keep throwing all this stuff out there. Can hand in some stacked decks afterwards. But you finished emblems surprisingly quickly. Like, for anyone who's been saying, oh, I feel like I don't get enough emblems like per hour or per day or whatever it is, just take a half-decent build, spam some low-tier maps, and you'll be filling those in absolutely no time at all. And then if you're really glowy brain, you could also be doing like Chaos Recipe and stuff on top. I was doing Chaos Recipe for a while. I stopped doing Chaos Recipe just because after printing like 300 or 400 Chaos with it, I was like, okay, I'm done now. I can do it for a bit, but there comes a breaking point with Chaos Recipe with me where it's kind of like, you know it's really good, you're making a lot of currency from it, but you're like, okay, I'm done now. Like, I'm finished. Yeah. And you fill out the quad tabs quite easily, so 5 Chaos, sacrifice frag, not too shabby. So I do that every like couple of hours, empty out the 4 quad tabs, then vendor stuff away and do whatever. And if we go to here, that's basically a full one of those, filled in one of those. And cool. So I've got a 5-way and another 4-way waiting for me. Feels good, man, but yes, I'm Tarke. Expect more build things. I'll work out what to do with the Impale character to make it a little bit extra punchy. If you guys have any suggestions on that, let me know. Could always try and go all in, crafting an insane bow, and then speccing out of Slayer and going champion. That is one thing that I have maybe been considering. But, I don't know. I'm not too decided on anything yet, but yes, I'm Tarke. Have a good day. Bye-bye.